We are going to see what we have today.
I liked it on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter. Insights. Yeah. Two eyes in the middle.
Bam! We're back. Wow. Wait a minute. No echo. No. None of that. Hey, guys. We are here. What's up, Coach?
I don't know, man, because I'm getting the echo.
Man, I don't hear an echo. And you know what? I don't think the fans hear the echo. Echo. Hey, fans, you hear echo other than me saying echo?
Well, I don't hear it right now. So
hey,
let's go. Hey, we've been relieved from the twilight zone. And we appreciate that too.
Wow. Hey, special shout out to Coach McCullum last week for being a trooper and hanging in there with us last week with all of that, man, because I don't know if I could have hung in there, Coach. And I was part of the show. I don't know. I'm telling you, man. That was wild last week. That was wild. Not as wild as what's going on in this world, but it was pretty wild.
It was pretty wild. And, some other people said that they appreciated Coach McCullum coming on and us covering the FAMU men's basketball team. And they said, well, why you don't cover more FAMU sports? And I said, well, we had the volleyball coach on. We actually have already reached out to them and made a contact. We're going to do something with them before the season starts.
Yeah, the volleyball coach is cool, dude. He is so cool. He's so cool with international experience and oh wow, and the transfers he gets. He's a winner. He is something else. Indeed.
Yeah,
So
he was cool. And you have to remember too, the very first show we ever did when we started, it was with Jamie Schutz with the baseball program. We need to have them on again. We had Courtney Gaucher on.
That's right. I mean, hey, listen, guys. Look, see, the thing is, look, we are rattlers, okay, through and through. But we can't just do rattlers though. We can't just do that. We gotta spread the love. I mean, we're HBCU proponents. We love HBCUs and we love our FAMU. Well, we gotta spread the love to everyone. We don't want to be too homerish. Well, except when they play. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know I am.
Yeah, that's straight no chaser.
Hey.
And we actually do reach out to. We reached out to a couple more that, we're busy, too busy to get with us. So we understand. We try to cover different people and different things, and that's what we do. But we do appreciate the comments and everything that we got, and especially the shout out that you gave to Coach McCullum to start off. That was. Then they told us, I got a call, say, y'all need to get that call-in stuff straight. I said, man, we be trying to get it in. They said, because they got, I see you, Sports Diva. They said, they trying to come in and they want to talk. And you know what? We trying to get y'all in. So we got a long weekend coming in. We have some new equipment we working with, and we still working with it. We still working with it. But some of the things that we got going on, we Sports Diva, boy, she on a roll now. She said she ready for that old game.
Oh.
Now,
Oregon. Oregon.
See?
November 20th.
See?
Lawson Center. Tallahassee. Be there.
FAMU men's basketball against the University of Oregon. Hey, that's going to be a game that you might want to see, y'all. We don't get them in our facility too often. I remember the women's team. We had University of Georgia come to our place. Andy Landers, they were rolling pretty doggone good. And he was like, man, I said, Coach, you're the only people top 10 that'll come play my Rattler Red basketball team. He said, Coach, if we lose, we just lose. He said, where the band? The 100 going to be here tonight? We want the band in here. We want everybody in here.
He seemed like he was a cool dude, man. For real.
We got around town. We like, Coach. He said, no, Coach, stay. I said, man, you got to shoot around. He said, ain't no secrets. He said, get your ass in here and talk to me. He ran shoot around like a full stage practice, boy. I was like, wow. I said, if my girls, my young ladies think that we work them hard. Not, but it is what it is. Upcoming for the show today, we got Rick in the Did You Know? We got Remembering the Legends. We got something about JaMorant, Jim Brown. We got racism that seems to be going crazy. Crazy. We got Pitt and their head coach blasting Coach Prime. We got the NBA playoffs. We got some hot stuff that's going on in soccer that is just, oh my goodness, pernicious, and how they are in Spain and what that young man is trying to deal with. We got some things that we're gonna bring the light on it. Because it's what we try to do. It's just some stuff that's going on, and then we'll see what we see. But Rick, let's keep it real positive right now. Drop some knowledge on us. What do you have on Did You Know?
Okay, here. So let me think about this. Well, the debate that since the Lakers have, bowed out ungraciously to the Denver Nuggets, and now that LeBron, your boy, Bron, is debating on whether he's going to hang up his sneakers, I decided to bring back this little debate about the NBA's GOAT, between Mike and LB. Now we all know all stuff about the 6-0 versus the 4-6. But all right, here you go. Stay with me here. Stay with me here. Jordan was in the league 13 seasons. Okay. He was in the league 15 seasons, but if you count those last two with the Wizards. But of those 15 seasons, he made the playoffs 13 years. All 13 years with Chicago. LBJ, 20th year in the league, he's made the playoffs 16 times. He missed his first 2 years with Cleveland and 2 of the 5 with the Lake Show. All right, you kind of knew that, folks? Okay. Did you know that Jordan was swept in the playoffs in back-to-back series? You want to know against who? Who he never beat in the playoffs? Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics. Now, they were playing best-of-5 series back then, but he was 0-6 against the Celtics back then. LBJ, before this debacle here against Denver, was only swept once. Still not feeling it? Still kind of on the fence here? All right. I'm going to throw you a number here. In 15 seasons, MJ played all 82 regular season games. You want to guess how many times, Coach? 15 seasons. How many times he played 82 games?
Okay, got me.
9 times. And played at least 80 games 11 times. In
Well,
20,
let 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 let, let me say this. They already jumping on you, especially DeLon Palmer. And I
oh,
love the comments. I really love the comments. And DeLon says between Mike and LB didn't and don't play defense.
oh,
Chasing down a fast break is an anomaly. Conversations should be between Mike and
he gonna
Kobe.
say Kobe. I know he gonna say Kobe.
He said playing real basketball, complete with defense and all. I hear you, DeLon. And see, you already got Rick. Got something to say. You see him laughing at you. You see him laughing at you.
I think he's saying that because he knows I like Kobe. That's I mean Kobe's the only jersey I have hanging on my sports wall, but because I can't hang Magic up there, it's too. I got to put Magic in a plaque, but that's another story. Okay,
Oh, DeLon, I'm loving the contributions. That all they play now is contemporary b-ball.
hey, you're starting to sound like DeLon. You started to sound like no. First of all, let me say I appreciate your comments, sir. But you started to sound like Clint Eastwood. Stay off my lawn. Get
He
off
said
my
take
lawn, young people.
he said take that 3-point line away and watch who can really play.
Wait a minute, they had the 3 point line for years. I mean, Bird and them had the 3 point line. I mean,
You,
the
you
game is different now. It's different.
I
It's
can't wait
different.
till I can't wait till we get the call in number straight. But DeLon, he needs to be on there so we can hear his commentary all the way.
Oh Lord, see that there we may be banned.
He
Hey,
said we
thanks for
might be
joining us,
banned.
Delon. Thanks for joining us. Hey, but last stat.
Okay.
Like I said, MJ played the 82 regular season games 9 times, 80, 11. Bron has played 82 games just once, and at least 83 times. If you wanted to throw facts and numbers in there, I thought those was interesting numbers. Did you know? Back
Okay.
to you, coach.
Well, let me say, talk about DeLon. He said, Coach, I can't keep it clean. DeLon, it's a grown-up people show. So it is what it is. Sports Diva jumped in there. We all grown.
Oh, hey, it would definitely be a cookout.
It'll be something. That's for sure. But we appreciate you your comments there. You know, I say you already know. See, see, and then Rick does his segment on Did You Know? Then he make it into a question and answer period. Okay, that's my boy Rick.
Just, it's interaction. We want the fans to interact with this. It's interaction.
Yeah, but you
Give and
asking
take.
me, talk about Coach. What you think?
Well, because
Do you know who's the senior vice president of the Los Angeles Sparks in the WNBA? Do you know who led the nation in steals 3 years in a row when she was a collegiate basketball player? Do you know who holds the NC Division I record as the all-time steals leader and is second all-time in the school record book with assists? She was also the MEAC Player of the Year in 1995. All MEAC First Team honors 93, 94, 95. Four-time Black College All-American recipient. FAMU Hall of Fame inductee 2001. Do you know? I'm speaking about Pocketbook. Do you know who Pocketbook is? It's
Pickpocket.
Natalie White.
Pickpocket.
Natalie White career as a student athlete was outstanding. Could D you up, handle the ball. Had this little look in her eye sometime when she would get pissed off when it was money time. Because money time was Natalie time.
All right now.
She went to work for Nike. She now, with Nike, she earned numerous awards and recognition, including the company's prestigious Econ of the Year in 2005. It's the highest achievement recognized for exuding Nike's principles and their brand. She's now the senior vice president of the LA Sparks. In that role, she has led corporate core business operations, overseeing ticket sales, sponsorship, PR, marketing, game operations, community relations, and youth sports. But of all of those things, the thing that really gets her going is her Action Foundation. She's very active at home in Fort Valley, building a gym, raising money on her own through her foundation to be able to do it, to give back, to be able to assist the students in the community that she came from is very important to her. They launched a Fort Valley Now campaign. The purpose of that is to support the renovation and conversion of the old Hunt Primary School gym in Fort Valley, Georgia, to the Action Founding Center. Natalie White, founder of Natalie White Basketball. Her Action Foundation, the target focus is families low middle income, single parent homes, at-risk youth. She identifies the students elementary through high school. Girls between the ages of 6 and 12 participate in sports regularly. 40% of teenage girls are not actively participating in sport. Boys get $1.13 million more sports, 1.13 million more sports opportunities than girls.
Celebrating the tradition of historically black.
She's serious about it. Again, remembering the legends, remembers, honors, recognizes Natalie White. We also thank her for appearing earlier on the Insight Show. Natalie White always gives back. Always been successful. Just want you to remember the legends and Natalie White.
See, that was a rattler. Good piece, coach. Good piece, coach. That was a rattler. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, folks. Come on now, stay with us here. Stay with us. No, coach. Women's sports has been very. It's close to your heart. I mean, and not just coaching. Why was this piece important for
Natalie
you?
was historical with what she did. And she's risen to ranks that not many women have, period. Nonetheless, one from Florida A&M University. And she's a young lady, came to FAMU, exhibited her talents, and is very loyal to the Raptors. Um, she's somebody that I know personally. She always gives back. You could reach out to Natalie right this minute. I mean, she's just that way. And when she spoke on our show, and her commitment to the youth at home makes you want to write a check to make her vision come true, because hashtag it's all about the kids fits what she does. So, and I also think she's a heck of a role model for people to look to, for young ladies to be able to participate in sports and then be successful post career, basketball career. And a lot of the people that we feature on Remembering the Legends are athletes who've gone on to do other things above and beyond their athletic participation. So that's why that piece held a significance to me that it did.
True. Shout out to Natalie White.
Shout
Hey,
out to
Nat, you come on back anytime you want, Nat. Come on back. Come on back. No, we've had some good guests, and she was definitely up there. It's one of the best.
But Coach, I mean, Rick.
Yeah. Talk to me.
We have a situation where it just, you don't have me in an echo, do you?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So talk to me about JaMorant a little bit. Talk to me a little bit about what's going on with him.
You know what? He better be in his house somewhere chilling and just staying low key, off of social media, off of everything. If you guys have been under a rock or out of the country somewhere, you know, Ja was filmed on IG Live. Stay off of social media with a little gun in his hand again, after already being suspended for 8 games for the same thing. And now Commissioner, Adam Silver is pissed. He right before the draft lottery, they had an interview with him, and you could just see he was trying not to just say this stupid. He was so upset. Listen, this is one of the rising superstars in the league. He has captured an entire city. Heck, he's captured the basketball nation. And to come out, I know this is a different era. I know you want to be show and tell and all of this, but guns are a no-no. They have always been a no-no in sports. Ask Gilbert Arenas, formerly of the Washington Wizards, who got 50 games for just bringing a gun into the locker room, much less flashing it around. Ask Plaxico Burress from the New York Giants, who shot himself and then got 2 years in jail. Guns are, and with all of the, and especially in Memphis, with all of the violence in Memphis, you have to. I know you're young, Ja, and I'm not going to try to preach to the choir or anything like that. But listen, man, that's no good. No good at all.
Mm.
Come on, man. So what he better be doing, Coach, is chilling, because he's about to get a hefty suspension. Adam Silver is going. I can see him. I can see at least 30 games. It would not surprise me if Adam Silver gives him 40 games, Coach, half of the NBA season, because he had just done this and said, "Okay, I'm going to help myself out. I'm going to do this." Said all the right things,
Mm-hmm.
and then to come right back,
Mm-hmm.
you're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for failure, young man. Get it together. Someone, where's this team? Where's his team? Where's his team? Because true, if I would act stupid, you'd be down here grabbing me by my ass, straightening me out. Where's this team? Where's this people? Um, a whole lot of
Dominique
things,
Reynolds,
coach.
we appreciate you. He said 30 to 40 games.
I agree, Dom. I
You know.
totally agree.
And then, man, I'm loving the commentary. DeLon, again, we need to get DeLon on the show. He said his name even Silver. Silver answers to the owners, which is true. Until those little funny hat wearing owners put their foot down. No. Now, let me ask, okay, this is changing gears a little bit, but not. Okay. First of all, our condolences to the Brown family for passing of Jim Brown. As somebody told us earlier, they really felt good that we had talked about Jim Brown in earlier episodes. And for those of you who didn't see that show, I'm from Cleveland, all things Cleveland. And people were always kind of surprised when I told them Jim Brown actually lived around the corner. And his house was closer than Gaither Gym to Bragg Stadium. And he had children. I knew them, Jimmy Jr., twins, Kim and Kevin. And in Cleveland, he's a legend. Naturally, he's a legend. And people are really kind of upset, you know, with his passing and taking it really hard because he was a true Brown fan. Like I was there when he actually resigned from football, retired. He was doing his film, The Dirty Dozen. And the film was being done overseas. And they ended up, as filming does a lot of times, it went longer than what they thought. So Jim called the owner, told him, you know, he would be to training camp a little late. He was, you know, the film went longer than he thought, but he'd still be there. Well, they told him if they were going to fine him $100 a day, which at that time was decent money, that if he wasn't back on time, that they were going to fine him. And Jim was like, okay. And the next day, he called in and retired. He had led the league in rushing the year before. I mean, at the time that he actually did that, he was really becoming more and more outspoken. And during that time in the movies, we, people who look like us, weren't being featured in the movies outside of being janitors, custodians, or working on the train. And he was one of the convicts. Got killed, sprinting across, throwing hand grenades.
Yeah.
And
Superhero style.
Superhero style, you know, and people weren't really feeling him like that. I mean, he organized the Cleveland Summit, had people there to support Kareem, not Kareem, but Muhammad Ali. And it wasn't even so much to support him as it was for Ali to talk to all of these people and give them his stance on why he was not going in. And if they decided to support him, good. If they didn't, but they wanted to provide a forum to talk to him to find out what was going on. So Jim was a guy that, you know, he was close to Ali. Sam Cooke, which is something else that's really going on because he was involved in getting ready to get his own radio company, but that's another thing. But just the fact that was going on. Now, to go all the way around, all credit to him, Jim had some issues. As he got older, you heard less about him. But Jim had some issues. And especially towards women. You know, throwing them over a balcony.
Allegedly.
Okay, thank you. Fraternity suits that died. Alleged fraternity suits. Things that now would be a really, really big issue.
Yeah.
Now, Jim was a guy, the only guy that could have the Bloods and Crips at his house and nobody would fight. As he would talk to them about reading programs and things that he wanted them to implement. He was the only guy that could walk unattached in those gangs in LA and nobody would bother Jim. As a Jim was 60, 70 years old. And they said he looked like he still had been working out and you could strike a match off of him. You know, he was just that hard. You know, but where I'm going is JaMorant can make the same changes that you just saw Jim Brown do.
Yeah.
You just saw that. And can he get himself together? The line say, Rick, did coach just say balcony?
He said balcony, D. He said balcony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it had I mean, it didn't go well with Jim and women now. And they don't go into a lot of details about it, even as they write about him now. You know, and he did serve some time on a case. An apology was asked. He said he wasn't going to apologize. You know, the line asked the question that can he stomach the criticism from his peers? Jim Brown was criticized. And I'm just saying that a lot of times it takes people a while to mature and grow up.
Right.
And hopefully, all of us hope the best for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you were also in Memphis where one of them Memphis stars' wife killed him out there. And they had took him a while for them to find him. You know, so it's just a little different. That's where I was going. But then we lost Tina Turner today too.
I know.
You know, people are leaving here quickly.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thought with Pitt coach Narduzzi going off about Deion Sanders?
You know, first, Coach, I want to hear what you say. I want to hear your thoughts on this one first, Coach. Being a coach, would you go off on another coach unless personally attacked? I want to hear this, Coach.
Okay, bring that back to me because somebody said great topic. John needs someone in his corner to tell him no. I hear you, Dominique. But Dominique, don't you realize that people have been telling him no? And you know, JaMorant, I mean, it's not one thing. JaMorant has several encounters. And his dad too. Wasn't his dad involved with Sterling Sharp?
Shannon, yeah.
Sharp.
Yeah.
And that was about to be that wasn't going to end ugly.
That wouldn't have been a good look for the Morants. They would have taken 2 L's that night.
That was going to be a quick beat down.
Because that country boy crazy for real.
Oh, yeah. He don't ever let you forget where he's from.
That's right.
But we appreciate you, Dominique. Great top. We appreciate you. Make sure y'all hit the button down there, subscribe. You know, when you put like, when you subscribe, then it helps us grow the channel. And we appreciate it. But the public criticism of other coaches is something I wouldn't do. We didn't always get along with all coaches.
True.
But we were always kind of careful what we said. Them going at Deion like they did, I mean, that's just kind of obvious there. I mean, them going at Deion there. And see, if he turns it around in a year, understand this. He just put immense pressure on everybody else who comes in and takes over a losing situation. Because the administration is going to say, Deion turned it around.
Mm-hmm.
We expect you to turn it around too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the rules are different. So what Narduzzi is saying now is the way it used to be. You know, you didn't go in and clean house because they wouldn't let you get rid of the players. You pretty much had to keep them. You know, but it's changed now.
Yeah, that sounded a little sour to me. And you don't. I'm not one to Oh, I want to read this. I didn't see. Why are you so concerned about what folks say about you? Are you afraid that the things that they say are all lies or a lot of truth? You do know your critics has critics, so how could you possibly allow them to define you? Be who God called you to be and don't concern yourself with people's perception and misconception of you. Coach
Coach
Prime.
Prime. And see, as the public, as this was released and brought out, the comment that was being made was that this was a cryptic message, and what in the world was Deion saying?
Hmm.
Um, and it might be a little bit of a cryptic message.
Hmm.
You know, Deion's never been one to hide from stuff. You know, that has not been him. He's never hid from anything. So he deals with and faces things pretty much head on. But there's a lot of people, as we already know, hoping that he crashes and burns.
Oh, definitely.
We already know that.
Definitely. And from all over. I mean, not just the white coaches. There's black coaches. I'm sure there's HBCU coaches who are angry that he came and left, and we've already talked about that. So I'm not going to get back into that. That he falls on his face. But anytime it seems like anytime a black man has confidence and speaks up for himself and shows that like he is confident in his ability, people want to tear him down. People can't wait to see them fail. I mean, Muhammad Ali, he claimed he was the greatest, and what did he do? He whooped behind. Deion the same way. He said what he was going to do. He did it, and now he's trying to have success. Why are you afraid of a black man speaking up? Huh? Governor DeSantis. Oh, sorry.
Well, yeah. I said before you start reading everything that comes up, there is a travel advisory that the NAACP put out,
Yeah.
stating that Florida is actively hostile to minorities. Well, you know, your governor said that's a stunt.
That's a stunt.
Yeah. That's what he said. And it says, under the leadership of Governor DeSantis, the state of Florida has become hostile to Black Americans and in direct conflict with the democratic ideals that our union was founded. Now, what that has led to is our conversation about racism. You know, is this a little crazy now?
What's going on in this state is crazy. It's crazy. Is it racism? I hesitate to say. Excuse me. I hesitate to say racism because a lot of ideals are being attacked, and not just blacks or blacks. It's from the LG the from that community to the Hispanic community. They've been attacked as well. LGBTQ. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot the last letter, but so I'm hesitant to say is racism on this end. I think it is a ploy though for what he just announced his bid for the presidency. Um, Before we
Well,
make this a political show,
let,
I
let,
want to
let,
say
let,
on
let,
racism though.
let me show you why this
Black colleges and universities. The Orange Blossom Classic is coming back right here to South Florida.
This as we get new reaction to a travel advisory issued by the NAACP for Florida. Local 10's Larry Livingston has the details.
The Classic, it's going to be held here at Hard Rock Stadium, and this is a big black event. Of course, the stadium sits in the biggest black city in the state of Florida, and there's a very big elephant in the room. The Orange Blossom Classic was revived in 2021 after a 43-year hiatus. It was remixed in 2022. Today, organizers kicked off this year's reunion and rematch between the FAMU Rattlers and Jackson State Tigers.
With this particularly specific HBCU legendary classic event, there's no place better than Miami Gardens to host this legendary event. Miami Gardens is the sports capital of the state of Florida.
But will state capital politics reign on the big game parade? Last week, Governor DeSantis banned public colleges and universities like FAMU from spending money on diversity, equity, and inclusion programs the governor has called discriminatory. The NAACP says the state of Florida has become, quote, hostile to Black Americans under the state's current administration. As a result, the organization recently issued a travel advisory for Florida.
The history of the Orange Blossom Classic, dating back to 1933, has and will always be celebrating our institutions when others have not.
That's how the Orange Blossom Classic committee director answered when I asked about the issue. She expects more than 30,000 fans to fill Hard Rock Stadium Labor Day weekend. She says the events brought in $33 million in economic impact, supported 9,000 local jobs, and provided $2 million to FAMU and Jackson State. She encouraged fans and alums to continue supporting.
Students, we're supporting student athletes, we're supporting our institutions, and we're supporting our community.
So as it stands right now, organizers say they're here to stay and they don't have any plans.
What do you think, Rick? That's why we covered the advisory. And because of what's going on with the Orange Blossom Classic, people are wondering how much is really going to affect that game. And I suspect that it's not going to affect the game much at all.
No, probably not. Probably not. If the Jackson State fans come, because the FAMU people from out of state, they travel. They travel to see the Rattlers, and somewhere like Miami Beach for Labor Day weekend, I mean, that's a nice little vacation. So I can see them still coming down.
You say you still see that, huh?
Yeah, I do. I do.
And I agree. I agree. So we'll see what actually does happen with that.
Yeah. Yes.
Now I thought the young lady had a really good comment. She said we're used to celebrating our institutions when other people don't. And I completely concur with that comment. Now, expecting 30,000 people, that's a homecoming overflow crowd. We've had 28, 30,000 people at homecoming, even though we seat 23, 24. They were, we used to bring in extra bleachers to put in the end of the end zone.
That's right.
And every single person that wanted to come in and get a ticket, they were sitting in the stairs. We thought actually that they were going to come in and close us down one time. We had so many people in there. And when you tell people about the way they see homecoming and stuff now, and they're like, "Oh man, this is the best homecoming ever." And I'm like, "No, when I can look up there in the stands and I can't even see the walkways, that's when you're full." But I know you're a soccer guy, but this thing just right here just really.
Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. INSiiGHTS.
Yeah.
2 I's in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
All right, y'all.
Like us on Facebook.
I liked it on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter. INSiiGHTS.
Yeah.
2 I's in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
All right, y'all. What's up, guys? One second.
Like us on Facebook.
I liked it on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter. INSiiGHTS.
And see, in that, Vinicius has been crucified in Madrid. He's a budding superstar over there. And They're hanging monkeys up, putting his jersey number on it, hanging it, burning it. It's gotten so bad his teammates have gone to show their support for him. Opposing players have shown their support. And this thing has gotten so ugly in Madrid that it is critical. I mean, it's ugly over there. It's ugly.
I know you were shocked when you saw it, Coach. I wasn't. I mean, all over Europe, man, we are attacked. We are treated so bad, and the racism is real. I think we're sheltered over here. We think that racism is just a United States thing. Au contraire, my friend. They've been doing this for years over there. The few black people who plays football over there, they've been, and this isn't the first time. He posted nine. I mean, he's asked them 9 times, filed 9 reports about racism in the stands, getting called monkeys and everything else from the fans, his own fans even, and it's not just in Spain. It in 2018, France won. The French won the World Cup of soccer, and team mostly of black men of black origin, of African origin, and they were hailed as heroes. Fast forward 2022, last year, they lost some penalty kicks. A couple of brothers missed a couple of penalty kicks in the end. They lost, and they were ridiculed and crucified and called all these names as well. In England, it happens all the time in England. It's all over Europe, this racist mentality. What I'm happy for is the young man is calling it out, because you get people behind, and let's not even bring in the social media aspect of it, where the internet gangsters, where they can't get caught or get seen, they can just say whatever they want to, and send it on to the athletes. People with this mob mentality. I'm glad he's calling it out, because that's the only way it's going to get eradicated. It might be a slow eradication, but you have to call it. Wrong is wrong. I mean, if you wouldn't call your mother something, why are you going to call another sister something? If you wouldn't call your father this, why are you going to call? And these are athletes. Why are you? They're called fans for a reason, Coach. Fans is short as fanatic, and soccer fans are the most fanatic that I've ever experienced in my life. And they take it, and you mix in alcohol, and your true feelings come out.
Well, see, this is why one of the reasons that it caught me so off guard was that I've had student athletes that have gone to Europe playing basketball, and they have dated women from that country they're visiting,
Mm-hmm.
who tell them that they come back, and I ask them, what is racism like? They say, Coach, they don't see color over there. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're saying, Coach, why? They have nothing comparable to what we go through over here for them to even understand the concept of what I'm trying to tell them. Mm-hmm. Now, what I also had to realize was that wasn't everywhere. That's certain countries that are like that. I mean, it's just certain countries, but I did not think that it was as bad as it is. And then you have stories where they've complained, and the people of the league and stuff are defending them and saying that you've lost what they're saying in translation. Now, how do you lose in translation a monkey being hung by a stick
with your number on it?
With your number on it. How are you losing that in translation? And we talk about what's going on over there, And then you have a Major League Baseball announcer, Mr. Kuiper, who made a comment about being at the N-word museum, baseball museum. And they instantly took him off the air. I mean, they got to him before the show was over. He apologized, but he said what he meant. He said exactly what he meant. And they have since removed him from the air. But a lot of this craziness that is going on in terms of racism in sports, see, my love for sports is that it took you away from a lot of craziness that was going on day to day.
Yes.
You could follow the sports page, read the sports stories, read Sports Illustrated, all of that wide world of sports back in the day. Stay with ESPN, CNN Sports with Fred Hickman when that was on. And you stayed with fun times, good times, the bad times was your favorite team losing. And all of this hadn't infected our sports. But what's happening in everyday life and in the world is permeating through sports. And you can see it. And you're losing some people who felt like, team sports actually was the great joiner of people. It united people because they would play for one cause. They would support for one team. But it's kind of fitting in what's going on in our society now, almost at every corner.
Yeah.
And it's really and sports is going crazy right now.
The one thing now that sports is about money, making money. And so,
well, it's always been about that, Rick.
Okay, but stay with me here. Because it looks bad for the sponsors, that eradicates a lot of things. That's why ESPN yanks these knuckleheads off, or whatever stations when they say something stupid, because they know it's going to be this PC stuff is about money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that doesn't hold as firm overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And until it gets that way, then the brothers are going to have to watch their backs tremendously, and just keep your head on a swivel until the money talks and gets them to cut all that ish
somebody
out.
made a proposal that what they need to do is when a crowd cannot be controlled, because a lot of times the referees don't intercede or say anything, and they probably won't until you have something like the Malice in the Palace. And then you change and put a lot of rules in place when it could have been avoided in that situation. But they're saying that you award 3 points to the team that has been offended, take away 3 points from the home crowd that is doing these things, and stop the game. And the winning, the team that is receiving all of those insults goes home a victor. You put something in place like that, and a lot of that is getting ready to stop. A lot, because they live and die for soccer almost worse than any of the sports that we have over here. But I thought that was a heck. But they will not go that far because, DeLon made a comment. If you're going to take away points, it should be a championship point versus game points. No. Mm-hmm. Thank you for paying attention, DeLon. Make sure you subscribe to us now. But it's just really, really interesting because of the fervor this soccer permeates countries with. And they're after this young man because he's become the star. And he's a young guy. I don't even think he's 20 yet. He's like 18 or 19. He's a young guy. And he's about to be the best in the world. And anything that, they can do to disrupt him, that's what they're going to do. DeLon, he said, imagine the ridicule that fan would face for costing Man City the PL title. You want to talk about hanging?
No, let's not talk about hanging.
Oh, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it if it cost them that title. Then, and not only that, the crowd would take care of those fans for you. The crowd would, rather than encouraging it, they would stop it.
Coach, you remember back? It's been years, probably when I was in school. I think it was Columbia. They had an own goal, which cost them either the Olympics or the World Cup. And the person who kicked it into the net, I don't know if it was a goalie or did something, but they got killed because of that. Do you remember something about that? Soccer fans have been fanatics for a long time. And so that's why it really didn't surprise me, pissed me off.
Right.
But surprise, no.
And I knew we'd get a comment there. Sports Diva, he said Westbrook handled his on his own. Didn't Russell go in the suite or confronted the fan, man to man, person to person? I mean, Russell, they didn't want no parts of Russell. Because they knew Russell didn't have good sense.
No, my. Argentina, yeah. Yep, post Maradona days. I think you're right, D. I do think you're absolutely correct.
D he's on it, isn't he?
Oh yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
D, where you from? Let's see what he claimed. D, where you from? He's gonna tell us something. But we love these interactive shows, and we're gonna really work on the call in, even though Bilal, he did look at that. Oh, you gotta love it, Rick. You gotta love it.
Indeed, Coach. Indeed. What you got planned? You grilling this weekend?
I grill every weekend. Doesn't have to be an extended weekend. It could be Wednesday.
Hey, you grill this weekend. I may come up there, man.
Oh, look at the line. Let's just say I stepped in your office about 30 years ago with a Seminole cap on. Oh, well, I know what happened here. I see why I left an impression on you. I know what happened if you stepped in my office with a FSU.
I was gonna tell you that. I was gonna tell you that story offline, Coach.
You got to respect it for at least manning up to it, right?
And it's funny. Yes, indeed. Hey, good job, D. Good job.
But look what he said. He said Rick's fault.
I told you not to wear that hat.
He said you never told him.
We just talked. You lies and vicious rumors. Yeah, I advised you, but you being who you are, you gonna say, "Man, I'm wearing my cap." Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Let's just say I love it. Hey, I ain't lying. He said, I ain't lying.
You made a lasting impression on the brother. I tell you. He's been following you from afar. Way back here. He doesn't want to get too close.
Especially if he got that Seminole hat on. FAMU. I appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate you, DeLon, man. I really do. Special shout out to you, to Dominique Reynolds, Sports Diva.
Sports Diva.
Always Gavin Pitt. He doing a shout out to DeLon. I know them the boys right there. So we appreciate y'all. 150%. Make sure you give us thumbs up. Try to make sure you get your friends to tune in and watch us. INSiiGHTS everywhere. Hashtag INSiiGHTS Roku. Hashtag INSiiGHTS YouTube. INSiiGHTS LinkedIn. INSiiGHTS Facebook. INSiiGHTS Instagram. INSiiGHTS Twitter. Follow us.
2 eyes in the middle.
2 eyes in the middle. 2 eyes in the middle. I'm glad. INSiiGHTS. 2 eyes in the middle. We appreciate y'all. Hey, DeLon says, first show, good groove y'all got going on. Hey, you helped the groove. You helped us find a beat, so we appreciate you. He He said that hat been burnt up. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Now we look to have you on again. We do. Rick,
Coach.
what you got planned this weekend? I know you got something. You want to see that grandbaby?
It's the anniversary on Saturday, so
Say no more.
depending on it might be a Tallahassee trip.
All right, I got you. I got you. That's a good.
Hey, y'all, what's up? Y'all get ready to leave. I need you to go on down there and hit the subscribe and the like button. Yeah. We appreciate that. Hit. No, don't get no attitude. Just do that and hit the subscribe, hit the like, write a comment. Tell us something about the show. Tell us something about what we said. Now, hold up. I might not like what you say, but I'm for sure gonna read it and comment. And some of it we even use in the next shows. Don't. There you go. Down there, hit that button. That's right. There you go. We appreciate that. Appreciate it. That's how Insights grows. We all support each other. Don't do that. Don't get pissed off. Go on and take one more sip of that beer. Yeah, sports fans, that's what we do. We appreciate you. That's it. We appreciate you a lot. Insights appreciate you. Both me and Rick from Mick and Rick Insight Sports TV. We appreciate you.
Don't forget your shoes, Rick. And Gavin, he said, I think if Brown and players decided not to play when Clippers owner said what he said, the rest of them might have woke owners up. I appreciate that, Gavin. We appreciate you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mick and Rick. We appreciate y'all being with us 100.
Stay up to date with the latest from Insights. Visit our website at INSiiGHTS.com. 2 I's in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
Insights is a copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, Florida Corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises. It is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. Comments of the host and other individual speakers on Insights represent their independent thoughts and representation.
We out.
Delon, that was for you. Hey, we appreciate y'all. See y'all real soon.
Peace.